you shift around, you notice that your neck is feeling tight or your back's a little sore. Just being aware without judgment, just awareness, here, observation. And then as you feel ready, settling into your seat. Breathing down through your sit bones, lengthening out through the crown of your head. Begin to fill up all of this space with that intentional, deep breath. Drawing the breath in using the muscles at the back of your throat. And drawing it in long enough that you feel maybe that stretch at the end of the inhale. Pausing for a brief moment at the top and then allowing for that long, slow, intentional exhale to empty yourself out. Focus this morning on trusting our body. So take one hand over your heart, one hand over your belly. And tuning into your physical body this morning. Ask what you need. It could be totally interesting, something that you didn't expect. Could be something that's pretty normal for you. Just being aware of what your physical body needs this morning. Maybe it's to loosen around your shoulders or do some core work. Keep your breath going. And then ask your emotional body. So your brain, what you're feeling, sensations, what you need this morning. Listen to the answer with that as well. And we'll check in throughout practice, just making sure that every pose, every move is in line with those things that you need. So this class is fully and truly about your body and your needs this morning. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands down to your hips or your upper thighs. We're going to work with Brahmari, which is a buzzing bee breath. You gotta just give in to it because it feels super weird. So we gotta just do it, otherwise it's not gonna work. So what you're gonna do is we're gonna buzz up the first and second chakras, and then we're gonna buzz up the third, fourth, and fifth, and then we're gonna buzz up the sixth and seventh chakra. So we'll do 3 rounds through each spot. And I will be super loud, so you're gonna inhale, and then you're gonna try and buzz up this area around the hips so you feel it vibrate with the sound that you're creating. And if you feel like this is totally crazy and weird, good. I get to stretch what feels comfortable to you. So, hands on your hips, lower body, we're gonna do 3 rounds. We'll take an inhale together, do the first round, and then we're gonna do 2 more rounds at your own pace. And then we'll pause, take a breath, and move to the next chakras. All right, there we go. Take a deep breath in. Buzz up the lower chakras. Be louder. Take a deep breath in. Buzz it up. Should be a lower frequency. supposed to sound weird, so just go with it. 3 breaths into this area. I'm the one on camera. Take a deep breath in. Buzz it up. If all of that feels uncomfortable, you can rest your arms by your sides as well. All right, 3 breaths, buzz it up high. Deep breath in. Slowly, keeping your eyes closed, rock forward on 2 hands and knees. Start to move here in any way that feels good to your body. So, could be as simple as cat-cow. Maybe it's all the way back to a child's pose, and up through an up dog. Really, there's no wrong way to move here. Just feeling, experiencing, observing. Maybe tuning into some of those areas that you felt as we started class, feeling for shifting and moving some of the tension. Perhaps tapping into some of the energy that you're feeling and tuning into that here. Take about 3 more breaths, just shifting. Over the next breath or 2, make your way into our first downward facing dog of the practice. Tucking toes under, hips reach up and back, pressing your chest towards your shins. And you're welcome to bring movement into this pose if that's calling to you this morning. So you can bend and straighten the legs, shift the weight side to side, or even forward and back. A lot of this practice is about tuning into our bodies and listening to that. About 3 more breaths here. Exhale, lower your knees all the way down to the earth. Settle your hips back to your heels for a child's pose. Forehead presses into the earth. Once again, reconnect, dedicating this practice to yourself, to what you need, listening to that over what you think you should do. So listening to your body, dedicating. this practice to that. Inhale, slowly roll your way back up. Exhale, cross your ankles, make your way over onto your back. And Megan, you're going to stay on hands and knees and work here. Cat-cow, and then those arm and leg things I showed last time. Everyone else onto your back with your prop nearby. Block in between the thighs, snug up towards the pubic bone, legs directly up towards the ceiling. This is pulling on your low back or hamstrings, bend the knees. If that still feels like too much, keep the feet on the ground. Interlace your hands behind the head and then shift your fingers over one position so you're clasping in a way that may feel a little awkward. Take a huge breath down into the low back. Hold that breath in, press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone up, squeeze around your prop. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades come up. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, relax head and shoulders. Hold full. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Lift shoulder blades. Squeeze a little more. Draw belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more. Pull low belly down. Inhale, lower head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, lift head and shoulders. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. Inhale, relax head and shoulders. Hold full. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a second time. Pull belly down. Inhale, one more round here. Relax head and shoulders. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Curl tailbone. Squeeze. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Shoulder blades lift. Squeeze a little more. Pull belly down. And inhale, release head and shoulders. Lower your legs and set your prop aside. Feet come about mat width apart with a little windshield wiper legs. Arms come out to your sides. On your exhale, lower your knees to one side. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, back through center. Just get into that rhythm for a few more breaths here. Bringing some release to the low back and hips. Star spiraling pulse. Bring the knees back through center. Pick the feet up, bend your knees to 90-degree angles. Feet flex towards your shins. Reinterlace the hands behind your head. Take a huge breath into the low back. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up, and then relax your head into your hands. So your hands become almost a hammock for the head and the neck. Take a deep breath down into the low back. Hold full, curl tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards the left thigh. Reach right heel straight up towards the ceiling. Hold belly down. Nice. Inhale. Flex your foot even more. Turn the toes towards center line. Exhale. Pulse this leg. 3 little lifts towards the ceiling. Draw belly down. Inhale, bend both knees. Come back through center. Hold the breath. Curl tailbone up. Exhale. Elbows towards right thigh. Press up through left heel. Hold belly down. Inhale. Turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. 3 little lifts without jerking. Draw the belly down. Inhale, back to center. Hold the breath. Press mid-back in the mat. Inhale, turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. 3 little lifts. Draw belly down. Last round, come back through center. Curl to elbow. Exhale, elbows towards left thigh. Reach up through the right heel, pull belly down. Inhale, turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. Draw navel down. Back through center. Curl to elbow now. Exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Press up through that left heel. Draw belly down. Inhale, turn toes in. Exhale, pulse. Draw belly down. Inhale, bend both knees and release. Setting up for bridge pose. Reach down, raise the back of your heels with fingertips so that your knees are directly stacked over your heels here. Inhale, peel your spine away from the mat, lifting into bridge. You're welcome to place a block under your hips or in between your thighs. Arms can rest passively by your side here. Connect in that strong, deep Ujjayi breath. Really filling up the core with each inhale. Connecting into the strength through the back body with your exhale. Five more full breaths here, tuning into what you need, tuning into your body. Exhale, tuck to elbow. Slowly roll your spine back down to the earth. Release here by either hugging knees into your chest or pressing the thighs away. A little rocking side to side if that feels good. Releasing the back body. From here, roll over onto your left side and press your way up to a seat. Come all the way forward onto forearms and knees, setting up for dolphin. So, those of you familiar with dolphin, don't delay, just pop on into it. Those of you newer, you can follow me. You can grab hold of the opposite upper arm bones with your hands. That just measures the distance between your elbows. I'll scoot so you can actually see me. And then you're going to take the forearms back down to the mat, either running parallel to one another lengthwise on the mat, or clasping the hands for additional shoulder support. Take a huge breath into the back of the heart. On your exhale, curl toes under. Extend the hips up to the sky for dolphin. Press your chest back towards your shins. Hips extending to the sky. Head is lifted above the ground. So you're really tapping into your core here to create that lift up and out of the shoulders. With each inhale, feel that lift, that expansion in the back body. With that exhale, feel that connection to your core, to your center. Head is not touching the ground. Chest is pressing towards your shins. Deep, strong Ujjayi breath supporting your pose. Tiptoe your toes in a little bit closer to your elbows. You can be propped up onto the pad of the toes here. On your next inhale, extend the left leg up to the sky. Yeah, awesome. Nice job. Shift more of the weight into the forearms. Feel for lifting even higher. Exhale, lower the left foot. Slowly float the right leg up to the sky. Awesome. Press that foot towards the ceiling. Shift more of the weight into your forearm, so it's almost like you're trying to use your core to pike up into a forearm balance. Exhale, lower the right foot. 2 more breaths in your dolphin. And then exhale, slowly ease the knees to the earth. Child's pose. Puppy or embryo, really whatever gives your body this opportunity to surrender, to release. connecting into the earth, connecting back into what you need. You can always exhale out the mouth, release tension. Inhale, roll your way back up, hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes under, reach the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in your down dog. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale to fold it back in. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, reach back through the sit bones, lengthen forward through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold it in. Last round. Lengthen forward, almost like you're trying to grow your spine long. 90-degree angle, yeah. Exhale, fold it back in. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Classical Suns. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Slow and controlled dive. Inhale, step left foot back, lunge. Your choice this morning. You can do a low lunge with the knee on the earth, or you can do a crescent lunge with the knee lifted. You're going to now lift through the torso, arms can extend up. And take a few breaths here, just shifting deeper, tapping into sensation without pushing. Good. On your exhale, lower hands to mat. Step back, plank close. Now from here, you can go directly into a downward facing dog or flow with me through a vinyasa. Slow and controlled, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Lifting the heart. Good. Then exhale, back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and down now. Exhale, step left foot forward. Lunge or crescent lunge, lift and open through the torso. Staying here for a few breaths. Good, back knee can be down or lifted. Opening through the chest, softening through the shoulders. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms reach overhead. Beautiful, exhale, hands back, heart to center. Flowing here. Inhale, re-extend the arms. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. Gonna sneeze. Inhale, lift and open through the torso. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank. Your choice, down dog or vinyasa, move with your breath. Yeah, beautiful. All the way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step right foot forward, lunge or low lunge, lift and open. One breath, one movement here. Good, grace. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, re-extending. Exhale, hands to heart, center. Continue this flow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot back, lunge. Lift and open. Move at your own breath pace. Exhale, hands to mat. Plank to either down dog or chaturanga. Draw shoulder blades back. There you go. Exhale, back to downward facing. Inhale, step left foot forward. Lift and open. Exhale, hands to the earth. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round here. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. forward. Last one here, lift and open. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms reaching tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes. Rest your arms by your sides. Take a moment to just feel. Inhale, arms re-extend. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed. Exhale, sit back, chair pose, Uttanasana. If you want to do it true Forrest style, peel the toes away from the mat so the weight shifts into your heels. If you want to do it Annastasia style, you can press the toes into the mat. So either way works. You want your feet hip width apart, really rooting down, slight bend in the back, lifting through the chest. Yes, nice, David. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. We're going to hang out here for a few breaths, so we have a few options. Option one is ragdoll, just interlacing the hands in opposite elbow, allowing gravity to traction the spine here. You can also reach down, grab hold of the big toes with the first two fingers of the hands. Or you can turn this into a monkey pose, stepping on the palms of your hands and your feet. About 5 more breaths. If you feel pull in the low back, bend the knees. Head hangs heavy. Letting the breath shift from the low back down to the hamstrings. Feeling that stretch, that release, without pushing. Release through the arms. Inhale, halfway lift, extending the spine. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat and just step your way to a plank pose. This upper push-up position. All right, you have the option here to keep your knees lifted, or you can bring the knees down to the ground for additional support. We want your hips in the same plane as the shoulders. Okay. From here, take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to go as slow as we can, lowering down to the belly. So elbows bend, hugging the elbows in towards the torso, lower down like you're resisting. Then come all the way down to your belly. Carrie's going to be doing this for like 10 minutes. Okay. Hands next to your chest. Peel the shoulders away from your ears, draw them back. Coming into this low cobra, and I'll peel the chest and head up. Good. Keep drawing the shoulder blades back, elbows reach back. 2 more deep breaths here. And exhale, lower down onto your belly. Take a few breaths, relax through your arms. Feel into the earth supporting you. Nice. Releasing action, like so. All right, coming back into that pose. Drawing shoulder blades back, hands next to your chest or slightly forward. On your inhale, use your back muscles to peel the chest and head up off the mat. Draw the shoulder blades back, draw the elbows back. You're down close to the ground, so your hands can basically float away. Coming into Salabhasana from here. Pick the hands up, reach the arm back, pick up the legs. Yes, awesome. Breathing into the chest here, lifting away from the earth. Take 2 more breaths. And exhale, lower back down. Hands next to your chest. You have 2 options. You can press up through hands and knees and back to down dog, or you can reverse that push up, curling toes under, coming into your plank. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend that left knee, open up through the hip. Breathing into the hip flexor, quad, and I'll re-extend the left leg. Exhale, slowly hug the knee into your chest. Set your foot down softly. Root down to the back heel. Rise up, warrior two. So you're going to windmill the arms up, facing this window side of the room. Yeah. So arms are parallel to the ground here. Left knee's bent at a 90-ish degree angle. Back heel is rooting. Hips are squaring more or less towards that window wall. Makes me want to sing a song. No, no one wants to pretend what the song is. Window. Okay, all right, I'll stop. Maybe bend that left knee a little bit deeper. Sorry, I have to keep myself entertained up here sometimes. Connect to that deep, strong breath. Shoulder shrugs, release the arms down in front of you. Take a deep breath into the back of the heart. So you're filling up the space in between the shoulders. Hold the breath in, draw the shoulders up as high as you can. Draw them straight back, keep squeezing. Exhale, drag the shoulders down. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale, hug mid-shoulder blades towards spine. Hold down. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale, bend your elbows. Draw bottom tips of shoulder blades, elbows towards spine. Hold down. Relax the arms, roll out the shoulders. We're going to do one more round here. Take a deep breath into the back of the heart. Hold that breath and reach the shoulders up as high as you can. Awesome. Pull them straight back. Keep squeezing. Pull the shoulder blades down the spine. Yes. Inhale into the upper back. Exhale, hug mid-shoulder blades towards spine. Hold down. And now relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Exhale this time, bend the elbows. Squeeze elbows towards one another. Squeeze bottom tips of shoulder blades towards one another. Pull down. And now relax the arms, roll out the shoulders. Float the arms back up. Straighten out the left leg for a triangle pose. So you're going to shift the weight, that left hand, or shift the weight back rather. Left hand shifts forward. Bring the left hand down. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Yes. Now if this is bothering your shoulder, you can always bring your hand to your hip. You can always place your hand on a block. Find the version that works for your body today. So you're not, there's really no good way, or there's no way rather to be good at yoga. It's about feeling into your body, experiencing the moment, listening to what most will benefit you in that particular moment. So breathe into sensation. Breathe into the space you're creating. You have the option to stay in this pose, or coming into Ardha Chandrasana, we bring the hand to the hip. Weight shifts into the left foot, right leg lifts up for the standing balance. Your left hand can also be on a block here. Right arm and right leg float to the sky if you're working with Ardha Chandrasana. Connect into that breath here. Beautiful. One more inhale, maybe lift a little more open. Yes, exhale, right hand to the mat. Hug the right knee into your chest. And then extend the right leg straight back. Lower it down so you're in a lunge. Hang out here for a few breaths. So if the ground feels far away, bring your hands onto your block. Hips soften towards the earth, but there's still some activation here. So inner thighs are squeezing towards one another. Back heel is pressing back. And then draw the crown of your head forward, chest lengthens forward so your spine gets longer. about going beyond your ankle, so you can stack to the 90-degree angle. Reach your arms back behind you, float above that left thigh. Back knee can always come down for support here. Inhale, lift up into crescent lunge, arms extend to the sky. So at any point, this back knee can come down, it's not cheating. Lifting through the chest and belly, finding that strong, fluid breath here. Exhale, bend your elbows, soften through the shoulders, lift up even more through your heart. Exhale, release arms behind you. Interlace the fingers, start to draw the knuckles down. If that feels like too much on the shoulders or the wrists, hands can always come to the hips instead. If you want to add a little extra bend the right knee, hover it above the ground, squeeze the thighs towards one another. A little telly lunge, just for the kick of it. Straighten out the back leg, root down through the right heel, come into a modified warrior one. Exhale, fold forward. So if this feels like too much, you can always stay upright. If this is bothering your shoulders or wrists, you can always release the hands. If it's feeling all right and you want to go deeper, lift the hands away from the sit bones, extending the clasp hands towards the ceiling. Head and shoulders hang heavy towards the ground. I guess it's your whole torso, it's not just the head and shoulders. Breathe into sensation here. Lower the clasp, then release your hand down to the ground. Both hands come to the inside of that left foot. Lower the right knee down to start. Okay, this can be where you stay. So hands on the ground or a block. Both hands to the inside of that left leg. Or if you're feeling a little flexible this morning, maybe you inch your way down to the forearms, perhaps bringing them to a block. If you're feeling like you need a little more a little more strength work, you can curl the right toes under and pick up the right knee. Relax the hips towards the earth. This is a really good deep hip stretch. Breathe into this pose. You can always exhale out the mouth, release an extra layer of tension. You don't want to go so deep that you can't breathe. That's a good sign that you need to back out of the pose. You don't want to stretch beyond that first limit because you'll actually build up scar tissue and make yourself less flexible. Your back knee is lifted, lower it down. If you're on your forearms, come back up to the palms of your hands. It's time to frame that left foot with your hands. Shift the weight back so your hips are stacked over the right knee. Straighten out the left leg. So we're coming into this half splits pose. If it feels okay, fold over the left leg. If the ground feels far away, bring your hands to your block. 5 breaths here. Into the left hamstrings. If you want more of a calf stretch, flex your foot more towards your shin. Awesome breathing. 2 more breaths. Exhale, bend into the left knee carefully. Walk your hands forward. Curl the back toes under. Step back to your plank pose. Your choice here. You can go directly into your downward facing dog or flow through that vinyasa, slow and controlled, lowering. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Nice, Jen. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, float the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up through the hip. Breathing into this hip flexor. Breathing into the right quad. Fill up the space you've created with breath and awareness. feel that feedback, and then straighten out the right leg, moving into triangle pose. You can shorten your stance here. Shift the weight back, draw the right hand forward, and lower the right hand down, right knee is, or right leg is straight. Hand can either be on the hip or extending to the sky. Yes. Yeah, hand can be on the block as well, or the ground, whatever works best for you. And try to bring your body into this single plane here. So shoulders stack, hips stack. Breathing into the space that this pose creates. Option to stay exactly as you are, or come into Ardha Chandrasana, lowering the left hand to your hip. Weight rocks forward into the right leg. Coming into this balance, right hand comes to the outer diagonal, either onto the ground or a block. Left arm and left leg extend to the sky. Good. Carry, lift your leg a little bit higher. Yes. Nice one. Beautiful. Find your breath here. Awesome. Exhale, lower the left hand to the mat. Hug the left knee into your chest. Little baby crunch here. Inhale, reach the left leg straight back. Lower it to the back of the mat. All right, getting into sensation here. Right knee is stacked directly over the heel. Engage the legs. Feel that release of the hips closer towards the earth while still activating this left thigh. Inhale, reach the arms back behind you, hover above the right leg. Should feel like a lot is happening. At any point, this back knee can come down. Inhale, peel open, coming into crescent lunge. Arms extending to the sky. Yes. Connecting to that fluid, strong breath, supporting the strength. So, draw your shoulders up ridiculously high towards the ears here. And then exhale, relax them. Sometimes you have to exaggerate to find the opposite. Exhale, bend the elbows. Soften even more through the shoulders. You have the opportunity here to turn it into a heart opener by lifting even more to the chest if you'd like. Exhale, release the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers. If that doesn't feel okay, hands can be on hips. Draw the knuckles down and lift up through the heart. If you want a little extra bend the back knee, hover it above the ground. Squeeze the legs isometrically together. You get to shake here, your left hand. Straighten out the left leg. Root down to the heel. You may want to shorten your stance slightly. Coming into this ostrich pose, knuckles draw down. Exhale, dive forward, bringing the torso to the inside of this right leg. Once again, you have the options to release the claps. You have the option to stay upright. You have the option to lift your clasped hands away from the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Relax your head. Let it go. Yeah, there you go. Lower the clasp, then release the hands. Bring both hands to the inside of the right leg. Set your left knee down on the ground to start. All right, option one, you just hang here. This is deep enough, this is good enough, stay there. If you need a little more, you can come onto your forearms, bringing them to the ground or to your block. If you need a little more strength work today, and not just because you always do more strength work, but because your body is asking for it, you can curl the back toes under, pick up the left knee. So you're discerning as you move through your practice today. If you always keep your back knee down, check in and see if you need a little more Maybe lift your body away. Soften the hips towards the earth, regardless of which version you're in. You're still squeezing the inner thighs towards one another, so there's still an activation. Breath is strong and fluid. Frame this right foot with your hands. Straighten out the right leg for this half splits pose. Torso folding over the right leg. You can play around with the positioning of your foot. Notice how that changes where you feel this pose. Finding the best version for you today in this moment. Two more breaths. Exhale, bend the right knee, walk your hands forward. Curl the left toes under, step back to your plank pose. You have the option to flow through your vinyasa or move directly into down dog. Move your breath. Yes, beautiful. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and down dog. Exhale, lower your knees to the earth. Take a seat, look up here for a quick moment. All right. Why do we have blankets? Okay. We have blankets because we're working with two options of a pose here. Option one is inchworm, where your hands are on the ground. If this bothers your wrist, you can also do it on the forearms. Toes are on the blanket. On your inhale, the blanket goes out. On the exhale, the blanket comes in. So that's option one. You'll do 10 rounds of that if that's what you choose. If you choose option two, you bring your block there. Turn so you can see me better. You're going to place your foot on the block. You have the option of hooking the arm into the thigh, or into the shin rather. Hands on the ground. Foot on the blanket. 5 rounds on one leg, 5 rounds on the other leg. If you want even more challenge, option 3, arm balancing. 5 rounds on one side, 5 rounds on the other side. Breathing. Any questions? Okay. This is preparing us for something more. So, you get to play around. If 10 rounds is like a hell no, then do 5, right? You're listening to your body. David, you need, okay, I was like, you need something. Don't try to scoot on the ground without it. Any questions? He's got his little baby towel. Okay, 10 rounds. Feel into it. See what's happening. Play around here. There's really no, it's just, no right way here. It's just kind of experiencing and seeing what happens. Go slow. Go with your breath. If 10 feels like too much, because it's quite a lot, then do 5. Yes, awesome. Remember, inhale as the leg goes out, exhale as it comes in. The best gift here is when you finish your 10 rounds, come into a child's pose. Knees to the earth, forehead to the mat, straighten out through the arms. Deep breaths, feeling into the earth. If you're still going, you can be done. You don't want to do too many because then you won't be able to move tomorrow. Inhale, roll your way up to hands and knees. Exhale, spread your fingers wide. That helps to alleviate any stress in the wrists. Exhale back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg extends to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot through, warrior 2. Rising up to your inhale. Exhale into eagle, warrior 2. So left arm comes underneath the right, getting a single twist or a double twist for the arms. your folded forward, rise back up. Inhale, unwind the arms. Exhale into extended warrior. So left forearm comes down to your left thigh. Right arm reaches overhead, lengthening towards the front of the round. Breathing into this right side body, creating space. Inhale, reach the right arm straight up to the sky, opening through the heart, yes. Breathing into the chest as well as the side body. Exhale, release the arm behind you. Coming into this head to ankle, or not head to ankle, sorry. This side ankle bind, either grabbing hold of your pants here or the inside of the left thigh. Open up even more to the shoulder and then let your head hang. Yeah, so your head and neck get a stretch here. Keep your breath going. Staying with the bird theme. Left hand comes down to the ground. Right arm stays behind your back. So we have a few options here. Option one is to play around with bird of paradise that I'm going to walk you into. If that's not going to work, I'll walk you into hand to big toe pose. So left arm comes underneath the left thigh, clasp the hands back behind you. If that's not working for you, don't worry. Just don't clasp and you're going to still follow me to the next steps. If you have the clasp, keep it. Step this right foot forward. It may take a few hops. Regardless of whether you're in the bind or not, this right foot steps forward. Okay. If you're in the bind, you're going to keep the bind. You're going to use the core work that we just did to lift up into bird of paradise. If you are not in the bind, you're going to release the bind, come up to standing. If you're in the bind, you just got to go for it. Rise up and extend the leg out if possible. If you're not in the bind, you grab hold of the big toe, extend the leg out. Same concept, just without the shoulder thing. Fix your gaze at something that's not moving. We'll be here long enough that if you fall out, you can come back in. If that's not working, you can always grab hold of the shin instead of the foot. Yes, awesome. Nice breathing. Rewind out of that. Slowly step the left foot to the mat. Unclasp the hands if you have them. Bring your hands to the ground. Step the right foot to the back. Hands frame the front foot. Step back to your plank pose. Flow through your vinyasa. We'll all meet up in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, left leg extends up to the sky. Exhale, step left foot forward. Right hand stays on the ground or comes to a prop. Inhale into a spinal twist. Left arm extends up to the sky. At any point, this right knee can come down for support. Lift and open through the heart here. Yes, awesome. If you'd like to be in a deeper twist, go for it. You're welcome to modify at any point to make it more applicable to your body. Last inhale here, use the exhale to ring out and go maybe a little deeper. And exhale, lower the left hand down to the mat, coming into pigeon pose. Left foot walks over to the right side of the mat, lowering on down into your pigeon now. If this bothers your knee or your ankle or your hip, come onto your back, take a reclined variation instead. You can also use a prop underneath your hip, or even sit totally on your hip, bending the back knee. So you're finding the version that works best for you today, listening to that, because there's no point of pushing yourself in these stretches. It actually only makes things worse. Come back to that Ujjayi breath, maybe a little softer than before. Breathing into the stretch. Always exhale out the mouth to release tension. Yeah, awesome. Two more full breaths here. Inhale, make your way back up to palms of your hands. Step your way back to plank pose. Your choice, vinyasa or direct into your down dog. A few moments to make your way back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful, Sarah. On your next inhale, float the right leg up to the sky. Deep breath in, maybe the leg lifts a little bit higher. Awesome. Exhale, step right foot through. Warrior two, back heel roots, rising up. Eagle, warrior two, take the right arm, wrap it underneath the left. Maybe getting that second wrap. Elbows come up in line with the shoulders. Shoulders soften away from the ears. You have this option to stay upright or come into your diving forward, bringing the torso to the inside of that right leg. Breathe into the back of your heart. Breathing down into the hips. If you are folded forward in emu, come back upright. Inhale, unwind the arms, re-extending. Exhale into side angle. Bring the right forearm down. Left arm reaches overhead. Creating space in his left side body. Moving into a heart opener, and wrap the arm around and then extend the hand up to the sky, opening through the chest. Draw that left shoulder blade on the back and then bring, left arm reaching straight up to the sky. Bring your breath into the heart. Side angle variation, bring the left arm behind your back, either tucking the hand into your pants and opening through the shoulder, or grabbing hold of the inside of the thigh with your hand. Let the head hang heavy. Breathe into this left side of the neck. Here's where we get to play. Release the bind. Bring the right hand down to the ground. This may be where you stay. Or come into that clasp. Clasping hands behind the right thigh. Just try it out. If it doesn't work today or if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. All right. Everybody, step that left foot forward. If you have the bind, keep it. If you don't have the bind, release it. On your inhale, just lift up. You may have to hop a little. Fixing your gaze at something that's not moving. If you're in the bind, start to extend the leg out. If you're not in the bind, grab hold of the big toe or the shin, extend the leg out. Breathe into the chest. We'll be here long enough that if you fall out of it, I'm totally cheating at the wall here. You can come back into the pose. This is a good version. Never done this before. 2 more breaths, find your breath. And then rewind, lower that right foot slowly, hopefully, not like me, back to the mat. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Come back to your plank. So the bad part of using the wall is that you don't ever find your balance. Hands on the ground. Step back to plank pose. Move through your vinyasa, which could be direct-handed elbow. Take a deep breath in down dog. Exhale out the mouth. Very good. Inhale, right leg extends to the sky. Exhale, step right foot through, low lunge. Keep the left hand on the ground, moving into your spinal twist. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Opening up here. Always bring this left knee down for support. If this is too much on the shoulder, the right hand can always be on the thigh instead. If there's a deeper version that feels good, take it. Exhale, lower the right hand down, come into pigeon, more or less mirroring the other side. We'll take about 7 or so breaths in this stretch. You can always come onto your back, good. You can always use a prop under your hips. Soften. And always exhale, open up. Where else can you release? Neck, shoulder, jaw. If you're folded forward, start to wake or work your way back upright. If you're on your back, you're going to stay on your back. And wrap the left leg around, come to a seat, and roll all the way down onto your back. Extend your legs forward, reach your arms overhead. Take a moment, this full body stretch. And exhale, release your arms to your sides. If you're ready for Shavasana, you can just stay here. There's another pose or movement that your body is still craving. Take your time for that. If you need some extra clothing or props to make yourself more comfortable in Shavasana, set yourself up with those. Over the next few breaths, making your way into this place of final relaxation. Allowing your body to be heavy, supported by the earth. a moment to listen to yourself. And slowly roll over to one side, eventually making your way up to a seat. Inhale to float your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's close